If I asked you to picture a person with a failing liver, you would probably imagine someone holding a bottle of whiskey, perhaps with a red nose and shaky hands. But what if I told you that the patient I see most often in my clinic with severe liver damage is a grandmother who has never touched a drop of alcohol in her life? She eats toast for breakfast, she drinks orange juice, she loves pasta, and she has a liver that looks almost identical to the liver of a heavy drinker. This condition is called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD. And if you are over 60 and you have a belly that protrudes forward, even a little, there is a very high probability that you have it right now. How does this happen? Think about the French delicacy foie gras. How do farmers create a fatty liver in a duck? Do they feed the duck fat? Do they give the duck alcohol? No, they feed the duck corn and grains. They feed it pure carbohydrates. When you overfeed an organism with starch and sugar, the liver has no choice. It converts that energy directly into visceral fat and stores it inside itself. You are essentially doing to your own body what farmers do to those ducks. Why should you care? Because your liver is the engine of your metabolism. Think of it like the filter in a swimming pool. When it is clean, the water is crystal clear. But if that filter gets clogged with grease and sludge, the pump fails. The water turns green and toxic. When your liver is clogged with fat, you cannot lose weight no matter how little you eat. Your energy crashes because you can't access your fuel stores. Your hormones go haywire. And eventually, that fat turns into scar tissue, cirrhosis. But here is the miracle. The liver is the only organ in the human body that can regenerate itself completely. You can cut away 70% of a liver and it will grow back. It wants to heal. You just have to stop poisoning it. In this video, I am going to give you my 4-step liver rescue protocol. We are not going to do a dangerous juice detox. We are going to use biology to drain the fat out of the organ and unclog the filter. Step 1 starts with identifying the white poison in your pantry. Let's get to work. To fix the liver, we first have to stop the assault. Most people think that to cure a fatty liver, they need to stop eating fat. They stop eating butter, they stop eating eggs, and they switch to fruit smoothies and low-fat yogurt. This is the exact opposite of what you should do. Eating healthy fat does not give you a fatty liver. Eating sugar, specifically a type called fructose, is what causes fatty liver. We need to understand a process called de novo lipogenesis. That is a fancy medical term for the creation of new fat. Here is the biochemistry that your doctor might not have time to explain. When you eat a potato or bread, that is mostly glucose. Glucose is used by every cell in your body for energy. Your brain uses it, your muscles use it, it gets distributed. But when you eat sugar, sucrose, or drink fruit juice, you are consuming fructose. Fructose is different. No cell in your body uses fructose for energy. It goes 100% directly to your liver. It is a burden that the liver bears alone. If your liver's energy tanks are full, which they always are in modern life, your liver has no choice. It takes that fructose and chemically converts it into triglycerides, fat. So that glass of orange juice you drink every morning, to your liver, it is metabolically identical to a beer. It is a fat bomb. So, step 1 is simple but strict. We must shut down the fat factory. For the next 14 days, you are going to eliminate the high-velocity fructose. 1. No liquid sugar. This is non-negotiable. No soda, no sweet tea, and absolutely no fruit juice. Fiber is the antidote to fructose. When you juice a fruit, you remove the antidote and drink the poison. 2. Watch the healthy sugars. Agave syrup and honey are almost pure fructose. Pause them. 3. The fruit rule. I love fruit, but if you have a fatty liver, you are essentially intolerant to fruit right now. For 2 weeks, stick to berries, strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries. They are low in sugar. Avoid the tropical sugar bombs like mango, pineapple, and really ripe bananas. When you stop the fructose flow, you stop the production of new fat immediately. The factory shuts down. Now we have a quiet liver, but we still have a problem. The liver is already full of old fat. It is clogged. How do we get that old fat out? We need to call in the transport trucks. That is step 2. We have stopped the factory from making new fat. Step 1. But we still have a massive problem. Your liver is currently functioning like a warehouse that is overflowing with inventory. The shelves are full of fat, the aisles are blocked, and the doors are jammed shut. To save the liver, we don't just need to stop the production, we need to ship the existing inventory out. We need to package that fat and send it to your muscles to be burned as fuel. But biologically, fat is oil and blood is water. They don't mix. You cannot just dump fat into the bloodstream. It would clog your veins instantly. Your liver needs to build a specific cargo ship to carry the fat safely through the blood. And right now, most of you are missing the raw materials to build that ship. These cargo ships are called VLDLs, very low-density lipoproteins. Think of VLDL as a submarine. The outer shell is water-soluble, allowing it to travel through the blood. The inside is where the dangerous fat is hidden. Here is the medical breakthrough. To build the hull of that submarine, your liver requires a nutrient called phosphatidylcholine. If you do not have enough choline in your diet, your liver physically cannot build the ships. The fat stays trapped in the warehouse. It accumulates. It rots. That is fatty liver disease. It is often simply a deficiency of export vehicles. So, where do we get choline? For decades, we were told to avoid the very food that saves our liver. We were told to eat egg whites and throw away the yolk because of cholesterol. That was a mistake. The yolk is where the medicine is. Egg yolks are the single richest natural source of bioavailable choline. When you eat egg whites only, you are eating protein, but you are starving your liver of the solvent it needs to clear the fat. For step 2, I want you to eat 2 to 3 whole eggs daily. Do not fear the cholesterol. Studies show that dietary cholesterol has very little impact on blood cholesterol for most people. What spikes your bad cholesterol is the sugar damaging the liver, not the egg repairing it. While the eggs build the ships, we need a cleaning crew to scrub the warehouse floors. That crew is cruciferous vegetables: broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, arugula. These vegetables are rich in sulfur compounds like sulforaphane. Sulfur is the precursor to glutathione, the master antioxidant of the liver. Glutathione is what neutralizes the inflammation caused by the fat. So put it together. Your lunch for the next 2 weeks is an omelet with spinach and broccoli. You are providing the choline to ship the fat out and the sulfur to heal the damage left behind. It is the perfect liver cleansing meal. We have stopped the sugar factory. We have built the cargo ships with choline. Now we need to ensure the river those ships sail on is flowing freely. That river is your bile. In a healthy liver, bile is thin and golden, flowing easily through the bile ducts to digest your food and carry away toxins. But in a fatty liver, the bile becomes thick. It turns into sludge. It moves like tar. When bile stops moving, cholestasis, the liver swells and toxins back up into your blood. To thin out that sludge, I am prescribing you the most popular drug in the world. And yes, you can buy it at Starbucks. It is coffee. For years, people thought coffee was bad for you. But in the world of hepatology, liver medicine, coffee is a superstar. Multiple, massive studies involving hundreds of thousands of people have confirmed a stunning fact. Drinking 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day significantly reduces the risk of liver fibrosis, cirrhosis, and even liver cancer. It is not just the caffeine. It is the polyphenols, specifically chlorogenic acid. These compounds downregulate the genes that cause inflammation and scarring in the liver tissue, that keep the liver cells soft and flexible. But here's the catch. It must be black, or with a splash of heavy cream or almond milk. If you put sugar, caramel syrup, or oat milk, which is pure starch, in it, you destroy the benefit. You turn medicine into a milkshake. Drink it black, drink it organic, and think of it as your daily liver tonic. Now, if you've had a belly for 10 or 20 years, coffee might not be enough. Your bile might be too thick. For my advanced patients, I use a specific supplement called TUDCA, taurosurdodeoxycholic acid. TUDCA is a water-soluble bile salt. It is normally produced in small amounts by your body, but not enough to clear a blockage. When you take it as a supplement, it acts like a biological drain cleaner. It thins the bile, it reduces liver enzymes, and it has been shown in clinical trials to help restore liver function in people with NAFLD. If you feel nauseous after eating fatty meals, or if you have pain under your right rib cage, TUDCA might be the key. I typically recommend 500 to 1,000 milligrams taken on an empty stomach. Imagine TUDCA flushing out the pipes. Once the bile flows, the toxins leave, and the liver can finally breathe. We have the right fuel, choline, and the right pipes, bile. But there is one final rule that makes everything else work. You cannot clean a house if there's a party going on 24 hours a day. Imagine a restaurant that never closes. The chefs are cooking, the waiters are serving, and the customers are eating nonstop. When does the cleaning crew come in to scrub the floors and degrease the ovens? Never. The grease builds up until the kitchen catches fire. Your liver is that kitchen. Every time you eat, even if it's healthy food, your liver is cooking. It is processing energy. To burn the fat stored in the corners, you must give the liver a shift off. You must close the kitchen. Here's the hormonal secret. Your body runs on 2 opposing hormones. Insulin, the storage hormone, it tells the liver to save energy, fat. Glucagon, the burning hormone, it tells the liver to release energy. They cannot exist in the room at the same time. If you snack all day, insulin is always up. Glucagon, the specialized cleaning crew that burns liver fat, never gets the signal to come to work. To fix a fatty liver, we need to activate glucagon. And the only way to do that is to stop eating for a specific window of time. I am not asking you to starve for days. I am asking for a 16,8 schedule. This means you eat all your meals within an 8-hour window, for example, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and you fast for the other 16 hours. Most of that time you're sleeping, but by skipping breakfast and waiting until 11 a.m., you give your liver 4 extra hours of pure glucagon time. During those morning hours, when you are empty, your liver has no food coming in. So, what does it eat? It eats its own fat. It acts like a self-cleaning oven. This is the fastest way to drain the visceral fat we talked about in the beginning. So there is your liver rescue protocol. It is not magic. It is physiology. Step 1, stop the fat factory by cutting fructose, juice and soda. Step 2, build the cargo ships by eating 2 to 3 eggs, choline, and cruciferous veggies daily. Step 3, unclog the pipes with black coffee or TUDCA. Step 4, turn on the self-cleaning mode with 16,8 fasting. If you do this for 30 days, you won't just see it on your blood tests. You will see it in the mirror. Your belly will soften, your energy will return, your skin will clear. Your liver is forgiving. Give it the chance, and it will give you a new life.
Now, once the liver dumps all these toxins, they end up in your intestines. If your gut is slow, those toxins just get reabsorbed. To make sure they leave your body forever, you need to fix your gut motility. In the next video, I will share my gut reset for seniors to ensure complete elimination. If you are ready to save your liver, type this in the comments below. I am cleaning house. Let that be your commitment to start today. I'm Dr. Anya. Take care of your filter, and I will see you in the next video.